Today I'm going to be showing you how to make tomato basil Parmesan tortellini soup in the Instant Pot. Hi, I'm Karen Peterson. I own the blog 365 Days of Slow Cooking and Pressure Cooking. You can find my website at 365daysofcrockpot.com. Every Tuesday I come here and show you how to make a new Instant Pot recipe. And today this recipe is going to blow your mind. It is so good. I just want to eat it all. So basically I combine two of my favorite soups into one soup, and it's a creamy tomato soup with basil in it, and it has carrots and celery and onions in it as well. So it has a little bite, but then it also has this pasta that you throw in at the end that is creamy and delicious. And this recipe makes about 10 cups of soup, so it can serve a big crowd. And I promise you, nobody's gonna be complaining about this soup because it is to die for. You can also easily make this soup vegetarian if you're serving people who like to eat that way in your family. I'd love it if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel. Every Tuesday I come out with a new Instant Pot recipe. And if you're beginning Instant Pot recipe and you kind of are a visual learner, this will be amazing for you to learn quickly how to use your Instant Pot and have great success with it. I'd also love it if you would join our Facebook community. I have a Facebook community called 365 Days of Instant Pot Recipes, and I'll go ahead and put the link to that community in the notes below. But if you want to join us there, we like to post lots of recipes, and people can ask questions or, get substitution ideas for recipes and things like that. So go ahead and join us on our Facebook group. All right, now I'm going to show you how to make Instant Pot tortellini tomato basil Parmesan soup. You're going to love it. The first thing that I'm going to do is go ahead and turn my pot to the saute mode, which is right here, and adjust it to more. So there's less, normal, and more. I want it on more. While the pot is heating up, I went ahead and chopped 1 yellow onion, and then 1 cup of celery and 1 cup of carrots. And I like to dice these pretty small so that there's not a huge chunks in the soup. If you like huge chunks in your soup, then you can dice them bigger, but I like them a little bit smaller. We're gonna wait for this display to say hot, and once it says hot, we're gonna add in the oil. If you add in the oil before it heats up, then things tend to stick to the bottom of the pot. So that's why I like to wait for it to heat up completely. Now that the display says hot, I'm gonna go ahead and add in a tablespoon of olive oil. And then I like to just swirl the pot around so that it gets all over the bottom of the pot. And I'm gonna go ahead and add in my diced onions. Coat them really well with the oil. Let them saute for about 3 or 4 minutes. Once the onions are softened and start to get translucent, go ahead and add in your carrots and celery. You can just let this cook for about 1 minute. After the 1 minute's up, go ahead and add in 4 cups of water. And 4 teaspoons of Better Than Bouillon chicken base. If you make this vegetarian, you can add in 4 cups of vegetable broth instead of the water and the Better Than Bouillon chicken base. It's up to you. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and add in a big can of crushed tomatoes. This is 28 ounces, and I really, really like the crushed for this recipe. Now I'm gonna add in some spices. I have a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of oregano, 1 tablespoon of dried basil, a teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and then a bay leaf. And so I'm gonna just add all of that into the pot. Before you put your lid on, make sure your sealing ring is tucked in nicely into the lid. We're gonna go ahead and cover the pot. Make sure the valve is set to sealing. And then we're gonna set our timer, our manual pressure cook button right down here. First you gotta push off, And then you're gonna go ahead and press manual, and I'm gonna set it to 5 minutes. All right, so once the time is up, the pot will start counting up, and it will have an L, and then it will just say how many minutes it's been since the timer is beeped. So it's been 5 minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and release the pressure by moving the valve from sealing to venting. Once the pin drops, you can open up the pot, remove the lid, and I'm actually gonna immediately change it from the mode that it's in now, the warming mode, to saute mode so we can cook our tortellini. So you have to turn it to off first and then press saute. I'm gonna add in frozen tortellini. This is a 19-ounce bag, and it only needs to boil for about 2 minutes. So that's why I didn't pressure cook it, because it would have gotten too mushy and it wouldn't have worked. So that's why I'm adding it in now. And I'm gonna just stir that in and let it boil for about 2 minutes. Once the tortellinis have boiled for about 2 minutes in this tomato liquid, then go ahead and add in 2 cups of half and half. You can also use heavy cream if you like. Now I've warmed this up just for like a minute in the microwave so that it's not super cold liquid going in with the super hot soup, and it would curdle. So that's why I warmed it up for just a minute and a half or so in the microwave. Ooh, that looks so good. Stir that up. All right, and then our final ingredient is a cup of shredded Parmesan cheese. I like to buy the big bag of it at Costco. And then I just throw it in my freezer, and then whenever I need it for a recipe, I have it available. Just go ahead and stir that in. And you can also sprinkle extra Parmesan cheese onto each individual bowl of soup. Then you can just go ahead and serve up your soup. Ladle it into bowls and enjoy.
Make sure to join my 365 Days of Instant Pot Recipes Facebook group. You can find the link below. And I'd love it if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next Tuesday with a new Instant Pot recipe, tip, or trick.